Chapter 257. When Trump said this, everyone looked at him with an incredulous expression on their faces. Elaine asked Trump in surprise, "Are you telling me that someone wants to spend $500,000 for this tattered thing? I don't think that you'll even be able to sell it for $50. Trump replied in a triumphant manner, "Why would I lie to you? If you don't believe me, why don't you take a look at my message history?" As soon as he said this, Trump took out his cell phone before he opened his text message and clicked on a voice note sent to him by someone called Sherlin. Sherlin's voice sounded over the phone at this time. "Uncle Trump, you've got a very good wine holder in your hands. I do think the wine holder is really from the Ming Dynasty. Why don't you sell the wine holder to me instead? I'll give you $500,000 for it." Elaine was very surprised and she quickly said, "Oh my God. You are telling us the truth. Trump, you're incredible. You bought the wine holder for $10,000 but you actually sold it for $500,000. If you do this a few more times, we'll be rich." Trump hummed before he asked, "So, are you convinced now? Are you finally convinced?" "Yes, I'm absolutely convinced," Elaine replied immediately. After all, Elaine had always been a fan of money. She would always support anyone who had money. As soon as she heard that Trump had sold the wine holder for $500,000, she quickly forgot everything that she had said and she simply smiled and said, "My husband is really amazing. I can't believe that you actually have such incredible skills in antique trading. It seems as though Alex is still the most useless one in this family." The expression on Alex's face changed immediately. What had this to do with him now? Had Trump already forgotten that he was the one who made the herbal pills that he successfully sold the last time round? However, at this time, Alex felt that he really had to look for an opportunity to ask Sherlin who he was selling wine holder to. What Sherlin was doing was equivalent to giving his father-in-law money for free. Trump handed over wine holder over to Alex with a look of excitement over his face as he said, "Alex, please bring this with you to Antique Street tomorrow and help me pass this to Sherlin. He said that he'll prepare $500,000 in cash for you and you can bring the money home for me then." Alex nodded immediately. "Okay, Dad." Trump was very satisfied and he continued speaking, "Alex, you should accompany me to more antique trades and events in the future. Perhaps if you keep following me, you will be able to develop an eye for antiques just like me. After that, we'll be able to make a fortune together. What do you think about that?" Alex could only verbally agree, but all that he was really thinking in his mind was all the trouble that Trump had caused him in the past. How could Trump actually have the audacity to ask him to learn from him? Has he forgotten all about the old vase that he broke in pawn store? If Alex had not been there with him at that time and if Alex did not help him repair the old vase, Trump would have already been locked up in prison. How would he ever be able to afford to pay for the old vase? However, after thinking about it, Alex felt that his father-in-law was just like a young boy. He only wanted to do anything that he liked and that made him feel good about himself. Early the next morning, Trump called Alex eagerly and asked, "Alex, can you go and look for Sherlin already? I want you to pass the wine holder over to him as soon as possible so you can collect my money for me." Alex nodded before he asked, "Dad, you are not coming with me?" Trump replied, "I'm going to attend an event hosted by the Antiques and Relics Association today. They've invited me to attend the meeting and a conference. After joining the conference, I'm certain that I'll be invited to many internal auctions for antiques and relics." Alex could only reply helplessly, "Okay then, I'll go to Antique Street to look for Sherlin, then." Since Trump had already instructed him to do so, Alex would head to Antique Street to look for Sherlin. Emma was also taking a break from work today and since she was feeling bored, she told Alex, "I'll go with you." Alex nodded and said, "All right then, let's drive your car there." Emma replied, "I'm tired, I don't feel like driving today. You can drive instead."